Let's start the story. Today's story gonna be so fun because we are going to study some stories from Wattpad, and here I click Mafia's Bride. It's have Jungkook's portrait, thumbnail on it, so I put it on. Let's start read. Mafia's Bride. Trigger warning: this book contains mature theme and content that may be triggering to some readers. Topic include violence, murder, graphic description of a death, PTSD and a mental health struggle, emotional manipulation, abduct, attempt to murder, body play, explicit sexual content. Please read at your discretion. Disclaimer: this is fan fiction, is a work of a fiction, and it is not intended to despite or represented the real life of personalities or actions of the character. It is based on any resemblance to real individual living or decade, is purely coincidental. The characters in this story are used in a fictional context for entertainment purpose only. This story contains mature content, so please read at your risk. Please don't spread hate. Comment I am human too. If you spot any mistake, kindly point it out in a good way. So book starts like this. John Jungkook, age 27. Fuck, I am so in love with this woman. If she is a mistake, I'll still make it every fucking time. I've lived in a darkness for as long as I can remember in this life. Lightly is a luxury no one can afford, least of all me. A wife is a weakness, and love is a ability I can't risk. But then Y/N was handed to me dutiful, beautiful and delightful. So much more than I ever expected. Her threatiness, her light threatiness to unravel the shadows I carefully constructed around myself. She chips away the ice, drawing me in even as I fear what she'll find. How can I protect her from the dangers of this world when the greatest threat to her might be me? Kim YN, age 20. I am in love with this man. How could I not love him? He's too gorgeous to be real, but there is tragedy written in his eyes. I wonder what he did to survive. Marrying Jungkook was never about love, it was about duty. Yet, from the moment I met him, I couldn't look away. Intimidating yet intelligent, distant yet magnetic Jungkook is a man of a contradictions. Behind his cool exterior, I see flickers of someone else, someone darker that I can't help but want to understand. I always dreamed of a love that could rival the fairy tales, and for a moment I thought Jungkook could be my ever after, but as I stepped deeper into his world, I realized that uncovered Uncovering the man behind the mask might cost me everything. Wow. First chapter was way more good. I love them. Wow. It's an introduction. Uh, 12 years ago. It was my mother's hand. Over a week ago, my father, brother, and I all received piece of a mother's mutilated body. I received her hand, that one that held mine for 17 years that I suffered. My hair when I was happy and wiped my tears when I scraped a knee. There it laid severed from her body with her wedding ring still glittering on her finger. My father gave it to me when he proposed and declared that she was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. Their love is kind of a life belonged in the books I read growing up. A love fit for a fairy tale rather than a nightmare. It has become. I spent a night hacking every surveillance camera on the area of inkling of which one of our enemies did this to her. That was my job now. It is my time to join Bangtan for a walk. My father, the Mafia king, and find my mother's murderer. My stomach threatens to push up bile as I avanish and torture she must have gone through, the fear she must have felt. The computer pings I found surveillance from a traffic camera of the man in a caution. I sent off the footage to my father's email and I continue to search for anything closer to her home. Her home that was his biggest mistake. If the great Jung-won made any mistake in his life, it was separating my mother from our family. In his fear for her safety, he did one thing that caused her demise. Another pulling thrills through the computer as it pulls the at another pulls thrills through the computer as it pulls up together from the broken camera I salvage from front of her stage, but I can't watch it. I won't watch it. I refuse to watch as they take my mother from the front step of her home. Instead, I send the footage to my father. I blow up their image from the traffic camera and put them through the facial recognition software I created last year. Grabbing what's left of my energy drink, I chugged it down as I wait. I should start Stanford next week. I graduated high school early. I am ready to get away from this ship. I don't want to be mafia or an underboss or a soldier. I want to invent. I want to make my genius idea tangible and help people. I don't want to kill and fight, steal and be a mafia. I wanted to be me. I wanted to read. I wanted to bull. I wanted to be son that makes my mother proud. Whatever or not, she is here. The computer pings. I got a hint. The screen pulls up to photo of a man who took her. Their names their names they are American. That doesn't make sense as far as I know. Lucas had the American mob doesn't have any issue with us. We aren't friendly but we aren't enemy. His mans couldn't do this unprovoked. I sent over the photos intel to my father's email and I finally leave my computer, throw myself on a bed, and rest. For today, it's enough. We'll continue this story tomorrow. I'll find this story so interesting on a Wattpad. It looks so wonderful. I wanted to read more, but it's over than 9 minutes or 10 minutes, so it's enough. I'll read it next time. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.